Okay, so our next guests have been married for 20 years, but only recently, pay for that, but only recently they became an internet power couple. Their hilariously relatable TikTok videos have racked up an impressive 142 million likes. Take a look.
Hey, welcome home.
Hey, since I was out all day, I thought you would have put the laundry away to surprise me.
Oh, well, the point is you're still surprised.
Darcy!
All right, now they're embarking on a North American stand-up tour, and we're thrilled to have them joining us ahead of their Toronto show tonight. Please welcome the Canadian comedy duo known as Darcy and Baer, Darcy, Michael, and Jared.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Keep it going. Keep going. Hi.
I love it. Okay, so Darcy, you've been doing comedy, as Mel's mentioned, for over 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
You guys just started doing online content together just a few years ago.
Yeah.
What prompted that?
Very accidental. We started a TikTok account for our puppy, Yuma.
Yuma's our golden retriever.
There she is.
Oh, stop it.
And she went viral because of her rock obsession, as you can see.
Oh, yes.
And Darcy, being the mentally stable person he is, got extremely jealous.
I got crazy jealous. I was like, I've spent 18 years touring this country for $100 a show, and my golden retriever has 100,000 fans? No.
So we stopped posting on her account and started his own.
ours. I was like, I'm not posting on her account until we have 101,000 fans.
There you go.
And then 3 or 4 million later, here we are.
Oh my gosh, what an amazing story. So you describe yourselves as, quote, idiots on the internet, your words. And you obviously post a lot about your relationship as well. There's a lot of teasing videos, like where you do impressions of each other, which are my personal favorites. So is there, do you have the parameters of how far each of you can go when you're actually doing
Definitely.
fun? And is there one of you that is more sensitive than the other?
Sensitive Sally over here. We
have a hard no, yes or no.
When we film
something.
either
Okay.
one of us can show one of the videos, and if it's yes or no on posting, no conversation about it. Like we don't have to justify it with each other. Listen, we've been together 20 years. The foundation's there.
Yeah.
We're having fun together. It's nothing about
You're not bored?
There's no.
We literally
Oh
are
my
just
God.
being...
No, we're not bored. But it's also just, it started to entertain my mom when she was going through chemotherapy, and we just wanted to make her laugh during her thing. She's perfectly healthy now. Thank you, medical. And so it just started as that, and people really connected. I think people are, during COVID, we were so starved for joy.
Yeah,
And I
absolutely.
think even now, people are they're desperate for community and stuff, and it's a safe place to
And you
hang
guys
out.
definitely provide that in spades. It's so fantastic. All right, so as I mentioned, you've been in the business a long time, but as I understand it, you almost retired before you guys went viral.
I
Why?
did. I retired before COVID started when we got the dog. I had a lot of chances in this industry, but it's a hard country to make it as an artist. And I spent 18 years saying goodbye to Jer and our daughter Grace every weekend.
And it turns out that he just needed help.
I had a missing ingredient. And apparently I decided to just give up 50% of my pay to him every week. I decided if we're going to do that, he might as well work for it.
Well, as we've been hearing, Darcy, you are a seasoned comedian, but Jeremy, you're new on the stand-up scene in this comedy world. And you actually left a high-paying corporate job to pursue comedy. And your very first time performing on stage live was actually just a few months ago, which is amazing.
Yeah.
It was in Vancouver. And let's talk about the pressure a little bit. What was that like? Because there's one thing to be doing TikToks in your house.
Yes. Yeah.
And then it's another thing when there's a live audience.
Yeah, I know.
So what was that like?
I blacked out, I think, for the show. But no, Darcy had written the show in such a way that either one of us could tell any of the stories on it. So if I had panicked on stage, I could be like, okay, well, I got Darcy back to work, y'all.
I gave him
Enjoy
an
the
escape,
show.
But I gotta
But then
say,
I loved
though,
it.
he's a seasoned pro now. We did a show the other night, and he goes, this was his 8th show, and he goes, they were really slow to stand up at the end. And I said, Jer, you've done 8 shows, you've had 8 standing ovations. I've done this for 18 years. I've had 8 standing ovations.
Again, the missing ingredient.
I love that. And you mentioned that this is a hard business to make it in Canada, but you guys recently got offered a very lucrative deal, but you decided to turn it down because of the writer's strike. Talk to me about that decision.
I'm a writer first and foremost. The idea of making money on the backs of other writers that are fighting for working class people right now just isn't my. We're not going to do it.
Period. Period. Well, we know that your goal is to create a safe and inclusive community. Listen, we know that online is such a wonderful space for content like yours, but then also where you got to fight with trolls and haters online. So how do you create that safe space, and how do you deal with that?
Well, hilariously enough, we started trolling our own videos through our dog's account. If you go to any of our posts online, Yuma has the #1 comment every time. And the reason we did it was because we took the power away from the hate by turning it into comedy. And it becomes people rush to the comments to see what Yuma said. Because
we want our comment section to be a safe place for 16-year-old us.
Yeah, like
coming
for
to
the
our
kid
channel.
that's coming to our channel for safety and comfort, we want to make sure. So we make sure our team is scouring the comments and they're removing any hate and stuff because, you know, like I think we need to be kind right now, especially on the internet. And there's room for it and you can do it. You just have to be louder than them. And thankfully, we got a few million people that help us out.
Amen.
Yes, keep doing what you're doing.
All right, you can catch Darcy and Jair on the No Refunds tour, which stops right across North America this fall and April. Thank you both for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Continued success.
Thank you.
You did it. Your first big interview.
All right,
Hey there, what did you think? Drop your comments below and join the conversation. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you can find more on everything from food and fashion to pop culture and current events. See you soon.